Fox News alert, U.S. Marines armed with heavy artillery guns have arrived in Syria. The deployment is part of a specific mission to take back the city of Raqqa from ISIS. So what does this mean for the fight against the war on terror? And once we take back Raqqa, which I'm sure we'll do, what do we do next? Joining us now to weigh in, Fox News military analyst and author of a brand new book. You got to go get it. It's called Without Mercy, Colonel David Hunt. Colonel, welcome back. Great to see you.
Hi, good morning. Thanks, Brian.
Hey, 1,000 troops in country. It's estimated they're about, we don't know exactly where they are, and I wouldn't tell you if we did, but roughly 20 miles from where they're going to go, and that's Raqqa. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we've had, for years now, been fighting in Iraq. We've had special operations guys in Syria. What happened a couple of days ago, though, is a major step up. We put Rangers in these Stryker armored vehicles and crossed the Syrian border, and now we put Marine artillery in to support them. This is a major operation. We're still down south in Mosul fighting with the Iraqis, and now we're going full up after ISIS. I mean, we'll take care of this. We'll kill thousands of ISIS soldiers, Brian. It's a great military. We've been doing this for 16 years. The issue is, once you kill ISIS, what are you going to do with Syria and Iraq? And how are we going to get at these unstable, failed states, which are still going to be breeding grounds for terrorism? So, Mike, I'm glad we're killing terrorists. I just think we need more in the fight against terrorism, so it's not doing it 16 years from now.
And the Secretary of Defense knows that. Mattis, you know, he's not a bureaucrat put in that position. He actually does the fighting. That makes us feel better about it. But, Colonel, do you know, or do your sources tell you if we're going to be training and supporting, or do you think for the first time we're going to be taking the lead? Because I know the Army's elite 75th Ranger Regiment has been there, and that's the one you're referring to.
Yeah. We've gone from training and assist in Iraq to actually being in the fight. We're doing both, to answer your question, and we're going to do both in Syria. The issue is, Brian, we thought we had like 6,000 in Iraq. We've got close to 10,000 now between Iraq and Syria, and we're staging more. It's a very serious commitment. I understand, and I'm glad we're killing ISIS. But as I've said, and Mattis is a good guy. I actually know him. I served with him. And I know Kelly over at Homeland. These are good guys. I'm just saying, there's a bigger picture. We got to keep killing terrorists, but we have to get at these unstable countries and the 60 million refugee issue.
North Korea, possibly as big a challenge as has ever been posed to a president. They are as militant and on the march as ever before. We have military exercises going on, so they're shooting off a bunch of rockets. We're going to put a missile defense system into South Korea, and China says, we don't want you to. Here's their foreign minister yesterday.
It is like two accelerating trains coming towards each other with neither side willing to give way. The question is, are the two sides really ready for a head-on collision? Our priority now is to flash the red light and apply the brakes on both trains.
Your reaction, should we listen to China's urging?
Yeah, every year at this date, almost to the hour, Chinese and North Koreans yell about an exercise that's been going on in South Korea for 40 years. U.S. military, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, with the Korean military, do a training exercise for 2 weeks. And every year the Chinese and North Koreans yell. It shows the world, but most importantly North Korea and China, that the U.S. is committed to the safety and security of South Korea as we had for 50 years. Seoul is 20 million people, Brian, and it's less than 30 miles from some of the largest amount of artillery in the world. So we're there. This is what we should not stop it. We have to pay attention to China, of course, but it's a very, very important exercise for the defense of South Korea.
And put the THAAD system in. Meanwhile, you have an exciting news today. Your book is out. It's called Without Mercy. It's a novel, but it's based on everything you've learned, Colonel, and what you've experienced in the military. So tell us what we can expect.
Yeah, thanks. It's Without Mercy is a kind of an apocalyptic thriller. It's written with R.J. Pinero, who's a really, really good writer, international bestseller. And we have a premise that has Pakistan intelligence giving ISIS nukes. And that ISIS blows a nuke up, and there's U.S. reaction, of course, led by a female president, an FBI agent who happens to be a woman, and a female fighting a female terrorist, and the characters that are built around it. It's as fast-paced a page turner as we've ever done. And I think in the genre, it's the best one out today. You can get it at withoutmercy.org. You can go to Facebook at Without Mercy. You can also text it, for crying out loud. Text Mercy at 63566. It's very, very exciting, big page turner. We're very proud of the book. Thanks.
Right. I know. I got charged. I got billed first, and I paid the bill, and then the book arrived in the mail. So that's the way the Colonel works it. That's perfectly okay. Without Mercy, thanks so much, Colonel. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right.